Welcome to a very hot south of England. This is the RCB G5 mountain bike style, affordable city commuter. And we're going to get into the review now. So the RCB G5 is a commuter electric bike. So yeah, very well shipped. Loads of packing foam, everything is covered up in this nice plastic. Definitely too hot to be building bikes today. Whew. That is how the G5 comes out of the box. Everything is covered really well. Looks like you get a free pump, box full of goodies. Will be a charger in there, stuff like that. Massive wheels on this thing. It does look like a proper kind of mountain bike, a normal bikey bike, if you will. Yeah, so it looks like you get this free pump. I love it when a bike includes all the tools that you need to kind of get started. This is the longest bit of the bike build, just taking everything off, but you know, you'd rather it there than not. It does help protect that bike. So let's see what you get in the box. Always like a box of goodies. Foot pedals, good solid metal foot pedals included. Free kind of combination lock, which is always nice. So everything you need to get started is in the box. A pump, a lock, nice touch. You kind of multi-tool kit, very simple job that. So you've got a front light and reflector as well. This will be your kind of power brick. The added bonus of a European plug and an English plug, so both. So that's really nice. They normally include one or the other, but to have both options in there, I like that. Your kind of quick release for your front wheel and more paperwork. So yeah, a nice selection of goodies in the box, which is always nice to see. Yeah, so if you're eager to get out on the bike, always recommend taking the battery off to charge whilst you build it. Charge it whilst you build the bike. Bit of a time saving tip. The keys come attached to the handlebars. We've now got the battery off, it's charging, so by the time we've finished the bike, that should be pretty much good to go. Construction is pretty easy. You just turn this facing forward, make sure it's all lined up, and you just tighten it up. So yeah, very kind of simple assembly on these bikes. Probably take an hour to do everything, so very simple. Just make sure this is facing forward. Yeah, all we need to do now is attach the front wheel and we are pretty much good to go. You just take this kind of front spacer out, this protects the front forks. Discard of that, line up the front wheel, insert the kind of quick release, just tighten it up. And simply just inflate the tyres to about 60 psi. So yeah, just put the front light in, screw that into place there, very simple. With the mudguard, connect the front light up, that end goes into there like that. It'll only go in one way, so don't worry. So yeah, the little fob, the NFC, works just like this. There you go, on, off, on, off. Yeah, first maiden voyage on the RCB G5 mountain bike. Got to say, it does feel very mountain bikey. The riding position feels very much like a mountain bike. The framing feels very familiar if you are used to riding bikes. Very like old school mountain bike, and I like that. I like the seating position as well. We've got it in level assist free currently. It is a 15.5 mile an hour bike, UK compliant. Don't expect too many groundbreaking speeds on this thing. It's a 250 watt UK compliant e-bike. First real hill test now, so that'll be interesting. Let's drop it down a gear. It's about a 30% hill, this one, so it's quite a big hill. We are doing it, 12 miles an hour. Not much kind of in terms of power through my legs. We can always drop it down a gear or two still. It's got a very nice kind of front display on it as well. Really bright screen on the front, nice and wide, loads of information on there. Also, it has a 4 mile an hour throttle, so a legal throttle. 4 miles an hour, just to kind of give you a little bit of a rolling start up hills or a traffic light, so that's a nice feature. So we are doing the hill. It's not the quickest up hills, I've got to be honest. It's not lightning fast up here, and you do have to put in a little bit of work. Yeah, we're doing about 10 to 12 miles uphill, which isn't too bad at all, really. Also, one of the benefits of this bike is not only the price, I'll go more into that shortly, but the design. Like I said, it's very inconspicuous, mountain bike style, very light. It's very light, so it's very easy to kind of pedal without electric. So that's always good. It kind of eliminates range anxiety, knowing you can still get home if you do run out of juice. It's very pedalable. Pedalable, is that a word? Very pedalable without electric, so it's a very good thing. A lot of these e-bikes are super heavy and pretty much impossible to cycle like a normal bike. We'll do the walk around shortly, but this is my first maiden voyage. I just wanted to come out, have a little ride, get a feel for it, see how she rides. Yeah, we're doing a decent speed here, not too bad at all. It's got a NFC unlock system, so you can just swipe the card on the front and it automatically locks and unlocks the bike, so that's a really nice feature. It does have front suspension, no rear suspension. Semi-hybrid tyres, I would say. They're not the thinnest in the world, but they're not kind of fat tyres either. Probably capable of light tracks and trails, stuff like that. Gears shift really well, straight out of the box, no adjustments needed. They are shifting just fine, and we've got another kind of big hill here, so it's going to be a good test for the RCB. And I am putting quite a lot of effort through my legs to get up here, I'm not going to lie. It's not the best hill climber, not the best hill climber. Even in kind of pass 3, which is turbo mode, you do have to put a lot of the work in yourself, but that's not a bad thing, especially if you are just looking for a little bit of assistance. Brakes are a bit spongy at first, but they need to be bed in, of course. So that's my kind of first little ride, done 1.7 miles, quite a few hills in there, and I'm a little bit out of breath, so. So that's without any power, comfortably 13, 14 miles an hour. Pass 1 gives us a little bit of power. That's basically eco mode, so that is the best for a little bit of help and kind of reserving battery life, so eco is pretty good. Pretty pointless doing any more tests now because we're flying downhill. Yeah, it does come with front and back lights. The back light stays on all of the time, and it isn't a brake light. Yeah, now we've got a hill, we're going to just put it up in pass 2, drop the gears down a little bit and see how we get on. 2 is probably the sweet spot for kind of cruising, not using maximum battery, and you are still getting a decent amount of assist. I'll talk more about the battery when we do the walk around, and that's when the maximum power kicks in, and that's your full kind of power there distributed. So that's the mode you want if you're feeling lazy or tired. Whack it into pass 3, turbo mode, and you are well away. I do like the seating position. One of my favourite things so far is just the seating position. Just feels natural. The seat goes pretty high and pretty low, so it's a very good bike for a different kind of criteria in terms of rider size. That suspension is enough. That front suspension does a decent job. Yeah, and it just rolls really well. It's a very, very smooth ride. So you are looking at a 250 watt rear hub motor, completely UK and European compliant. You do have 7 Shimano gears on there. They're the Toyney brand, so fairly decent. gears cadence sensor or speed sensor, has a integrated battery, which is a 36 volt, 10.4 amp hours. They're claiming about 50 miles on this thing. That's probably in eco mode. 160mm disc brakes front and back with just normal mechanical brakes, but they work really well. 27-inch tyres. These things are massive. They roll over really well, and they have this lovely kind of reflective band around them as well. You do have a back rack for luggage or storage, a backlight that constantly stays on and isn't a brake light. Very nice, wide, comfortable seat. This mountain bike style frame is very nice, as is these two front suspension forks with preload and lockout, which is quite nice for a bike in this price point. Headlight is like a dual headlight, really bright. I will show you that in the dark. But that's a very, very nice feature. Also has a built-in reflector, and that of course is where the battery sits, just in the frame. You can charge it on the bike or take it out to charge, whatever kind of tickles your fancy. It's easy enough to get in and out. I'll show you that now. Yeah, just a simple kind of key system. Turn it and it literally just pops straight out like that, clicks back in place, and you can even check the battery on there. So very nice, convenient battery, and definitely one of my favorite features, the key features, is this NFC card, a very nice anti-theft measure. Recently done a scooter with this and I really like them. So basically you just tap it. It's not going to work now. Tap it on there and it comes on. So it's a very, very nice kind of anti-theft system. Unlock it and lock it with this little thing. You just attach it to your keys. Really nice feature. Yeah, the actual cockpit is really nice as well. Feels very, very like a mountain bike. You've got a nice little bell. All your controls here, including a walk mode and a very nice display. I do like the display. It's very bright, colourful and easy to see, even in kind of bright daylight. All the information is there, trip, odometer, miles, everything. And it does have 3 levels of assistance: eco, standard and turbo mode. Yeah, your index shifter there works really well, your half throttle, and nice grippy grips, and your brakes. There'll also be a discount code in the description and a link to my affiliate, so if you do buy this bike, please use my link and I'll make a couple of quid out of it and they'll know I sent you, which is all good. I'll get sent more bikes. So yeah, early impressions are, it's very nice, very sleek. It's a nice kind of matte black finish on there. It does come in 3 different colours. I think there's like a grey and maybe white, I don't know, but check the website. I think there's like 3 different colours. So black, you can't go wrong with black. Very kind of lightweight for a bike. Even with the battery attached, it's still fairly lightweight and manageable, which is good. I think this, right, is the perfect beginner e-bike. If you're in the market for one and you're not sure, you want something that kind of looks like a standard bike, but does have that power, I think this is right up your street, and it probably is the perfect beginner e-bike. Like I said, not only it looks like a bike, a normal bike, it feels like a normal bike, the riding position is very similar to a mountain bike, and the cost, you know, 800, under 800 quid, you're getting a fairly decent bike with good build quality, some good features, including the front suspension, a fairly big battery, and that NFC lock system, which is pucker, works just like intended. We are going to go down this little track now, see kind of how she copes on, you know, a gravelly path. It's nothing major, but, you know, it is considered off-road. These things aren't really designed to be off-road monsters, but sometimes in a pinch you need to go across tracks and trails like this. So it's always a good test for these to see if they can do it, because when you are out riding, sometimes you do come across some sticky situations. So we're going to go down here now, kind of put it for its paces and see what it can do. But I'm fairly confident we'll have a fairly decent ride. Might be a little bit bumpy because we haven't got a back suspension, but the seat's nice, quite big wheels on here, 27-inch, so it should be a fairly comfortable ride, even though the ground is pretty uneven. Yeah, I've got the seat quite low, almost as low as it will go. I'm 5'10", and this is me getting my leg over, so That is with the seat quite low, you know, I'm on my tiptoes. That is a very comfortable, yeah, this is a very comfortable riding position. So the bike frame itself is fairly big. So if you are a taller person, you'll be absolutely fine. I think if you are slightly shorter than me, you'll get away with it. But yeah, it is a big framed bike. So be wary if you are a short ass. The frame is quite big. And like I said, very simple to put together, about an hour all in. Straight into pass 3. Use that throttle. So the RCB G5, it can do it, can do a little bit of off-road. Don't feel really smooth. It's definitely not designed to be like an off-road bike, definitely more of a city, a commuter style with those tyres. But it does do it, it does it fine. In a pinch, you'd get away with riding across gravel, stuff like that. So yeah, it passed the test. Yeah, a bit of an unfair test, to be honest, but we always like to bring them up here just to try them. Like I said, you know, it's not always smooth sailing when you're out on a bike ride. Sometimes you do need to, yeah, diverse off the beaten track. So it's nice to have that peace of mind. You can do it with this bike. It also has an app function as well, so you can unlock and lock it on the app. It has like a navigation system built in, so all different kind of settings on the RCB app for Android and iOS, I believe. So that's my kind of overall impressions of the RCB. I like it. It does everything well enough. Very budget friendly bike, very capable bike. Yeah, so the RCB, I really like it. For the price point, I think it's a great bike. You get in some really nice features in there, plus very nice build quality. Yeah, with range tests, I don't tend to do them because everyone's different. Some people are slimmer, some people are bigger. If it's raining or cold, the battery won't last as long. If it's too hot, the battery won't last as long. So it all depends on circumstances. So I tend to leave them out, kind of battery tests. I would say don't ever follow what the manufacturer says. Always just get out and do your own real world testing. I think that is probably the best way to go about this. Always the best way to kind of go about range tests. Just do your own to your kind of build. Because it does vary, mainly weather conditions. You'd be surprised how much of a big part weather conditions play on kind of battery life. So if you have enjoyed this review, please give me a huge like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Check out the link for everything, including the discount code. I've been David. This has been another two-wheeled review. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Bye for now.